So up next we have Bobby Lashley versus Swerve Strickland. As I mentioned, I was not jumping in the ring to help Swerve. I'm sorry, like, like I don't want no parts of that huge man. Pause. And then, oh, not even with a gun. So Lashley and Swerve, like they had the unenvious position of trying to get the crowd back this late in the show, and I would say they
Yeah,
achieved that. And
they did.
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing with Swerve.
he's a real star,
He's
man.
getting to an he's undoubtable at this point. After the Osprey match, like after that Osprey match, Swerve is just he is untouchable, man. He I trust him no matter how dead a crowd is, no matter how, weak it's looking. I trust Swerve to get a crowd back. Cause that Osprey match was like it was at the end of a dead Forbidden Door show. 4 hours of like an AEW crowd at a New Japan show, which is what I called it. And then those two walked out, crowd was lit up, bell rings, crowd's lit up, and they have one of the matches of the year. And like since then, Swerve's just he is unstoppable, man. From a like being a star standpoint, I like there's no doubt in him. And he came out here with Lashley and they used a couple shortcuts. They used the announce table. They did the barricade spot, but they had the managers at ringside getting the crowd into it. But listen, if the shortcuts work,
That's the name of the
they
game.
work.
Like it's like
Yeah,
Look,
man.
look.
the goal
I'm
is to
not even
get Bobby
calling.
over.
I'm not even calling them shortcuts. Look. How else do you expect that Bobby Lashley have a match that's going to, after seeing the shit that you saw earlier in the show between Osprey and Fletcher? Like, I mean, they sucked the air out of the arena for the next hour, right? Like, you look at what happened. Like, what people had to follow. Like, there was a reason why they did not do the Mina and Mariah match here and decide to do the angle to set it up in the future to get the crowd
Forgot about that.
reinvested
Yeah.
Yeah.
into it to then give you the match after, and they couldn't follow it even after that because the crowd was still like, they're going into the wrestle. We just saw some of the best wrestling of the year. Good luck. And as you mentioned, it's a testament to the respect that the crowd has for Swerve and for Lashley. But the this I don't think there's shortcuts. I think that's the only, or not the only, but like I think like it's a regular rules match. They're trying to put Bobby over as a force or whatever else. Like it's an AEW audience. Like he's not going to he can't do the Brock Lesnar thing and not have people care about it. They're gonna be like, okay, you hit him with a bunch of suplexes, get back up. It's AEW. People get suplexes under their neck and get up all the time. So I thought this was a very successful match for both of them. And I do you think this is the end for both of them?
No.
Like you think it's the end of it, and they move separate ways, or do they say continue?
I still think it's continuing because like with Swerve not being in the C2 or Lashley not being in the C2, like I don't think they have anywhere else to go but each other. Still, and it was a case where like Lashley went over so strong. And Swerve, like, the ref had to stop it damn near. So it was like, all right. So Swerve's got to like, yeah, this guy stopped me last time. So I think that, I think this was a more explosive version of the match he had with Samoa Joe from Dynasty, where it was like very like, like the Dynasty match was like exactly what it needed to be. Like, it needed to be nothing but like a beatdown and then a comeback or whatever. But it's like inverted but more explosive at the same time. It's like Lashley's like ultimately gonna like go over here, but Swerve's gonna like fight like hell to survive like for 13 minutes. Like this is like one of the best pieces of like if you're looking at like throwing like what is it an objective for someone like what of accomplishing a goal and you have this time to do it in the degree of difficulty of what you're following, this is arguably like one of the most impressive performances of the year from both of these guys, I think.
You want to know how well it worked? When Lashley got that hurt lock on and Swerve passed out and the ref rang the bell, you could hear the crowd gasp like, "Oh, damn, Bobby beat him." Which is one speaks to how like over and protected Swerve feels, but it also speaks to how just well this match worked in putting Bobby over and making him feel like that dude. So yeah, credit to them, man. They did a really good job. I didn't have doubts that they would, but they came out and did it.
When guys want to work and do business properly, I think we got a stellar program out of this so far, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yep. And also, like, it also continues the story of, like, there still might be some residual damage from, what Swerve and Hangman did to each other. Right? Like, if you, like you mentioned, like, you think they're continuing, like, I feel like the next match will be similar to, like, how we talk about, like, those Cody's matches, like we would give credit for, rightfully, the credit for, like, how he would get squashed and it would be, like, very dynamic and dramatic. Then you have the rematch with somebody, and those rematches would be competitive, similar to the Brock Lesnar Cena stuff, where it's like the monster just dominated like a babyface that you never thought would get their ass handed to them. They got their ass handed to them, they come back and they have a real match, and it's like, because they remember the statement that monster made on babyface, and like then you have the real match, and it's it's very fun. Like, I feel like this is kind of what Swerve is doing right now, and if they have a longer match, it's more competitive, is successful. Like, you also tie in, like, Swerve went through hell over the summer, lost the belt, got his family's house burnt down, got beaten to sleep inside of a cage, comes back, gets laid out, almost every single week. And while this is happening, he's recovering. He's actually he's getting stronger, and he's actually, like, he's actually able to put up bigger fights against Lashley. I think that's an interesting story for now.
Then we got the main event, AEW World Title match. Jon Moxley